Over New Year's I went away to a campsite far away from the reaches of technology. It was a serene place, surrounded by forested hills on all sides. Although it was the busiest I've ever seen the campsite, it was still big enough to afford campers with space to themselves. I was lucky enough to snap up a spot by a small grove of trees, which gave some privacy. There's something about modern life that sweeps people up in the constant rush to get places and the search for money. There's often very little focus on appreciating nature, or stopping to take in the surroundings. It's usually something that's reserved for later, or when there's spare time. Taking a moment to slow down and have little to do besides collecting firewood and cooking food was really good. Without a phone signal or distractions of technology, my sleep pattern was amazing, and I woke up with dawn and slept close to sundown. I had some other people with me, and my son, of course, so it wasn't always the most serene. But I think it was mostly the setting that left me feeling restored when I arrived back home. I decided to bring my camera in order to capture some of the beauty of the place and to reflect back on, although I had a hard time remembering to take it out at first. I've been to the campsite a few times before in the past, but never over New Year's. It seemed to be a popular place for people to spend the transition between one year and the next, and a number of people left the following day, leaving the campsite relatively quiet again. On New Year's Day I didn't manage to film any footage, but the entire campsite erupted with fireworks and shrieks of happiness on the stroke of midnight, and a camp down the way a bit started to loudly play Meatloaf, which was pretty cool. There was such an atmosphere of unbridled excitement and wild energy in a way I don't see in the city. It was great. As I said earlier, it's important to spend time away from day-to-day life. Even if it feels that not much is happening away, it's a huge change in terms of what the mind needs to focus on. I'm the kind of person who likes to go to a place and not really move around particularly much, so camping works well. It's definitely something I'll try to keep going, maybe not always on New Year's, and sometimes with more people, it doesn't matter. Speaking of being away, I moved house and started full-time work since making my last video. The longer hours and unpacking was a little bit of a shock to my system, so anything related to hobbies have been pushed to the side somewhat. I'm getting closer to finishing unpacking now and my body is almost adjusted to the work hours. I'm tentatively hoping that I might get back into the video per month swing. I do have a couple of videos with almost complete footage, but they seem like they would take a whole lot of editing, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, take care guys, remember to give yourself a break every now and again, and take some downtime. Bye!